What's up, everybody? I hate my job, so I'm about to record a podcast. What's up, everybody? So, today we're going to talk about burnout, mainly because I've been burning out at work and I've been thinking about it a lot. So, I want to talk about it a little bit. Um, One, I want to say thank you for clicking on this video and listening to it. And two, let's just fucking start. So, as of late, I've been realizing that I am happier on days that I don't have to work. Uh-oh. But seriously, like on days that I have to work, I started feeling like I'd rather not be doing this right now. And you might be thinking to yourself like, "Bro, welcome to the fucking club. What are you talking about? Everyone hates their job. Blah 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 blah." No, no, no. I've never like ever actually hated my job. I've never like gone to work and been like, dude, I don't want to do this. Sometimes occasionally, but I'm a strong believer it should not be the norm. You shouldn't be waking up every day and telling yourself, fuck, I hate myself. I don't want to go to work. I don't know. I just don't think that should be the case. If it's here and there, I think it's normal because it's just like whatever. But 70% of the time you should be pretty I don't know. I think you should be content with your job, right? It's where you're spending literally 40 to 50 hours per week. That's what you're spending 40 to 50 hours per week doing. You shouldn't hate it, right? So when you start to like hate it, which is like for me right now, I'm doing full-time real estate photography and videography. I'm not starting to hate it, but I'm starting to feel like, I really don't want to be doing this shit right now. Which is cool because, bro, I've been doing it for 10 or 11 years. And, I'm just at the point where it's like, I'm ready for something new, baby. I'm ready for something new. I want something like a little, like, I want to wake up and be like, hell yeah, let's go, man. I want to wake up excited about work. Like, what's the project I'm working on today? What am I building? And I'm somebody who's like a creative, right? I have to feel my work, bro. I have to feel the energy in the work. I want to put like my full love into the work. There's this awesome quote that I heard, and I'm going to share it with you. I think it was by Naval, possibly, but he said the person who's passionate and loves what they do will always outwork the person who doesn't. Like they'll always do a better job. When you love the thing, when you love baking sourdough, when you just love it, like when it's your that's all you think about, that when that's all you obsess about, you're going to make pretty damn good sourdough. Way better than the sourdough I'm going to make. That's just the lay of the law. What's sad is that there's this thing called demands in life. It's not actually sad, it's just how things go. But we need money to survive, obviously. So we get stuck thinking like, all right, we have to work to survive. But what's sad is I feel like a lot of us constantly forget that we're not supposed to do this forever. You're not supposed to like work at something you despise forever. It's There's nothing wrong with having a job to carry you over. There's nothing wrong with having a job to pay your bills. There's no shame in that. There's never any shame in working. I was a waiter for, 10 years of my life. I worked as a mechanic changing tires. I was like 15 when I did that. I wouldn't call myself a mechanic. I was just a kid. Slave labor, bro. I'm joking. 15's old enough. But yeah, I've had plenty of jobs, and I always say there's never shame in working, right? If you have to go do Uber, you have to go do Uber. There's no shame in it. But I think what sucks is like when you get stuck doing that stuff, like you forget that your heart wanted to do something else, right? You forget that you have a spark in you for something. You forget your passion. I don't think you should ever stop chasing that. And even if, your passion never turns into something that is super lucrative, I still think you should never stop working on creative projects because that's like food for the soul, right? We're all like part of God's little play and dance, right? We get to like build things. Like God builds things through us. And we have to cultivate that side of us. We have to build and feed our souls so we can go out and do those things. Like you're not meant to just be an Uber driver forever. Unless you fucking love, maybe you love being an Uber driver. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you love being a server at a restaurant. Like I said, you can't like call it. The shittiness of it is when you feel like you have to do those things, right? And you don't make time to do the things you actually want to do, is what I'm saying. Anyways, I digress. So lately I've been having the same feeling when it comes to like real being in like the real estate industry as like a media guy, like doing full-time photos and videos. It's been this awesome blessing in a way because it's allowed me to travel. I have a pretty flexible schedule. I have the time to do things that I actually want to do, like this, like shoot a podcast. Um, it's cool because like I've met a lot of awesome, interesting people. I've learned a lot about business. I've talked to the best, like I just had a great time doing it. And lately I've had this feeling in me come up that like, wow, you know what? I think I want to do something else, right? I want to like help people. I want to share my energy with people. I want to put myself out there in a different way. Hence me trying this podcast. It'll all loop around in a second. Like I'm going to explain a little bit. But I want to talk about like what it's really been like trying to transition careers in my early 30s. Like I'm 33 years old. I have a daughter on the way. God willing, everything goes good. Please pray for me. I have a wife and we have bills, so I can't just like up and quit like I did when I was 20. And by the way, if you are 20 years old, I want to let you know you can just up and quit. You don't have much to lose. I'm just saying. But anyways, like I'm 33 now, right? So I can't just like I have to be actually mature about it. I have to start thinking about shit. Um so what I've been like thinking about is how better now than never, right? I think the earlier you realize that like, yo, this isn't what I want to do, and you just start to like try to figure it out or transition out, I think the better. I think the worst thing to do is having the feeling in your gut, in your stomach that you hate the thing you're doing and you keep forcing yourself to go do it. That's how you end up with the sickness, my guy. I'm just saying, like, don't go against your soul. If your soul is like telling you, like, yo, no more, drop that shit. Like, don't force yourself. It's not laziness. Don't mistake it for being lazy. That's just like life rhythm and current. Now, sometimes you can, like I said, you can't just quit, but you should start, moving, getting a little bit of getting a little bit of move on. Get the move on, man. Get it going a little bit. See what can happen. Start to explore your interests. Start to try shit out. Go look very dumb on the internet, right? I've been looking dumb on the internet. I've been like telling people everything, bro. Like every other week, I'm like this. But anyways, yeah, dude, start to like explore your interest a little bit. Come back into the discovery phase. Start to slow down everything, right? Start to turn down some jobs. Start to take those days off. Start to set time aside to explore your interests, to allow some space in for some creativity. Start to pray so you kind of connect back with yourself. Start to just allow growth to happen, right? Because there's something coming through you, energetically speaking. There's like something being born in you. And the best thing to do is you start to give that some space. The worst thing to do is like suppress it and be like, no, 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 I can't. And like get all afraid and like curl up. No, man. Like, LeBron James had to go from being in college basketball to the NBA. Imagine he was just stuck thinking himself like, dude, I'm trying to be in college basketball forever. No, you're not meant to be in college basketball forever. Get your ass to the NBA. It's time for bigger and better things, bro. It's time for you to like chase your job, chase your like dreams, like chase your passion, build something that innovates. Like this is what God's been preparing you for. Your whole life is literally God just preparing you for the next thing until you die. And then, even when you die, you're still like, this life was still preparation for your soul on a bigger scale. It's a natural evolution to want to grow and explore. So don't think like some fucking shitty, maybe my job's not shitty, honestly. I don't want to say all that. That's kind of mean. Let me center myself. Don't think that this small thing that you're calling like your huge career is all your life is meant for. Your life is meant to serve, and your life is meant to be in God's like grace and arms, right? It's meant to be expressed through God. Like it's meant to allow God to express through you, is how I see it. But yeah, bro, like a lot of fear has been coming up too, because for myself, that's why I'm probably saying this, is like when I started thinking about this, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? But I was like, what a like dumb way to think. I almost swore, but I didn't. What a dumb way to think about it. Because if I'm having this feeling come through me, like, wow, it's time for something bigger, let it come. Alhamdulillah, like thank you God. That's literally that's the best thing in the world. What are you talking about? Say like, bro, I was like scared for a second, and then I caught myself. I was like, no, 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 no. This is awesome, dude. This is the best thing ever. So like what my job is per se is to start exploring that. And what I've really realized is like I like making videos like this. I love podcasting. I love expressing my thoughts. I love sharing things with the world, my insights, and that's what I'm doing, bro. So I like just started at a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna hop on the mic, start podcasting because I know I like podcasting. It's interesting to me. I like also sometimes having conversations with other people that like are interesting. Anyways, it just works for me because I like it. Um, and that's subject to change, right? It could change at any second. But the reason I'm saying this is like when you're 33, when you're in your early 30s, you come back into the discovery phase and it's scary, right? Because you think to yourself like, okay, who am I? What am I about to do? Is anyone coming to save me? Right? And it's like, what about my 401k? It's like so much stuff, but man, I don't know. I've always had this attitude in my life. It has to be alive, man. Like my life can't be stale. I don't want that. I don't want a stale life. I want a life that's fresh in the moment. I want a life that's very alive in like the God energy field. I want a life that is fulfilling and happy and expressive. I don't want to be fucking stuck at a desk talking to Tom. No offense to anyone named Tom, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to be stuck at a like doing work I don't like doing. That's like not a. I don't want to do that. Like, bro, if you have the ability and the your privilege to not have to do that, no, do it. Obviously, there's some people that are like, bro, I have 6 kids and a wife, and I have to. And to them, bro, I just send you love, man. I send you so much love and blessings and grace. Like, and I just pray that like something, even if you, whatever happens, like it's in God's grace. Like I send people like that blessings. But to you, if you're not really having like dependence and you're like, well, I'm just kind of coasting right now, bro, you have some freedom. You can do something about it. I think like use what you have. Don't waste all your potential. Don't waste your resources. Don't waste what God gives you. It's good to like go out there and start exploring different things. Um, I also want to talk about like having a kid on the way because this has been like it's been like the I don't know what you want to call this thing. It's been like the rock kind of tossed at me by life. It's like, all right, by the way, um, you don't like your job. You're starting not to like your job, but you also have a kid on the way. Figure it out. So like for me, it's been like scary because I'm like, well, wait, I need to have a kid on the way. I need to like double down on work, right? And like I said, this is where like that responsible, I had to be a little responsible, right? I couldn't just like burn up. I couldn't just be like, oh, I quit. Like, not that I would anyways. I love my clients. But I think like I started thinking to myself, well, I'm not just going to quit, but I am going to make time for growth to happen, even with the kid coming. Because if I were to give her advice, right, it would be the same thing. Be like, dude, don't shut down on your like goals and your dreams and your ambitions. Like if you have an urge in you to think and grow bigger, like do it. So I was like thinking about all of it. And also I have this faith in me, like it'll just work out. Right. I have this like amazing feeling in my heart. Like, dude, I love God so much. I like pray all the time. I'm like, it'll work out. It's fine. It's fine. Like you just have to what it really looks like on practically speaking too is like what like if I'm starting these podcasts, right? What's it really look like an hour per day of me recording? Not even per day, like every few days. I can afford that. for the sake of my future and my happiness and my sanity, right? So I think, like, practically speaking, what I've just been doing is like, all right, well, just spend an hour or two per day doing the thing I actually want to do. And it's been really nice, actually. Like, I've been very happy. I've been enjoying it. Today, for example, I was just outside, like, doing a bunch of work around the house. And I was thinking to myself, I don't have anything I have to say. So, like, why would I go record a podcast right now? And then when I was like, sat down, I was like, wait, actually, all this came out. I was like, actually, I've been thinking about all these things. I want to talk about it. So sometimes you just trust yourself, give yourself the space for it to happen, and it will happen if God wills it to happen. And it's a beautiful thing, bro. So yeah, it's that's just some advice I've been giving to myself is, and like to anyone who's listening is like, dude, if you're really trying to like figure it all out from scratch again, one, you're not really starting out from scratch because you've built a ton of valuable skills over the years that are going to help you build your next thing. And two, never force yourself to do the thing that you hate. Like, what a shame, right? Life is so short. No one's like, you wouldn't want to be on your deathbed and thinking to yourself, man, I was just stuck with Tom. I don't know why I'm going at Tom. But I'm serious, right? You wouldn't want to be thinking to yourself that. You'd be like, dude, like I went out, I tried doing the things I wanted to do. I didn't let, judgment or fear stop me from doing what I wanted to do, which is like the thing of like, make the time for it, go do it. Um, Beautiful things come from nothing. And yeah, that's it for today's podcast, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and comment, say what's up, subscribe, say hi. I'd love somebody to talk back. It would be a blessing at this point. But yeah, if you're watching this, much love. We'll talk soon. Peace.